This is Dean Phoenix with a quick video, but Final Fantasy X Blitzball video. This will be a fairly obscure one, to be honest, but I just felt like getting something down on video and doing a little bit because I've been messing about with Blitzball, things that I'd theorised, and just felt like doing something a bit different. So yeah, just been playing a bit of Blitzball, and basically I've made a really awesome team. I mean, Blitzball is not difficult, but you can do some truly overpowered stuff, and this is sort of like a proof of concept of what I wanted to do. So one of the things that I wanted to do was make a team of all free agents, and I realised that you could make an awesome Bhed free agent team. So everyone apart from the keeper, there's no Bhed free agent keeper, but I just got Nimruk because it fits in with the theory of the sort of theme of the team being awesome anyway. And so, made of all Bhed free agents. A lot of the best players are actually Bhed and free agent players, so they don't start signed with anybody. And I felt like I would put them on the team. And then it actually led to me spending a lot of time playing Blitzball, messing about with the text and things, which I absolutely love. And I had made a proof of concept and ended up with the team being really awesome, but Nidus in particular being unbelievable, which is something I always knew you could do, and I finally got around to doing it because I just felt like doing it. So this is what this video is about. So at the 1 forward slot we've got Lena. Now she's actually a midfielder, but this, as you can see, is what the team would sort of normally be like if you played a lot of Blitzball but didn't go crazy with it. So they're all about level 24 apart from brother, as you'll see. So Lena, she starts off with really amazing stats. She's actually a midfielder, but she has incredible shooting, and as you can see, she has Napshot 3. She's actually the only person that starts with Napshot 3, and she's really good. So we've got Lena, and I also used a tech find to give her tackle slip 2, which you can see just under tackle slip there. That isn't a skill that she'll normally learn, but I have used a tech find to unlock that, and that completely changes how good she is as a forward, because her endurance starts off really good. She starts off at level 7 with like 10 endurance or something, but it increases really slowly, so she's not great as a forward. So she's fine as a midfielder because she has amazing passing, but if you want to actually get past a defender to get a shot, it's not fantastic. But if you give her tackle slip 2, which she will learn because I've opened that slot, she ends up being amazing because she'll pretty much always dodge a tackle and be able to get a pass or a shot off, and she has really great passing and shooting and everything. So Lena, really good. She's really fun. And she can also put the keepers to sleep because she can use Snapshot 3 unless they've got anti-nap or anti-nap 2, which they don't have for a which they don't normally get for a very long time. Nidus is the other forward. Now Nidus is the main reason that I did this exercise. I love Nidus. He's so fun. As you can see, he's got 30 speed, so he's absolutely slow as balls. But he has incredible endurance and he has incredible shooting. Well, he has good shooting and incredible endurance, so he's really slow. He doesn't get that close to the goal. His main speciality is that he doesn't cost very much. He costs 60 gil. You can get him in Luca, and he has Napshot 2 from the start, which only costs 80 points and has like a 70% chance to put the keepers to sleep. So it takes ages to get anywhere, so you're often shooting from distance, and the keeper will nearly always save it. But with Napshot 2, it'll often put him to sleep, and then so like that's the best way of scoring past Nimruk when the Psych still have him and stuff like that. So Nidus is fun, but he's very niche. But actually, he can be really effective if you use him properly. Now, there are two things with Nidus, one of which I'll come on to in the second half of the video. But one thing you can do is one of these slots on the right, 2 above Super Goalie, is, I think it's 2 above Super Goalie. Yeah. One's Gamble, one's the 3 there are it's Super Goalie, and then there's Gamble, Golden Arm, and High Risk for the 3 above Super Goalie, I think. Anyway, so one of them is definitely Golden Arm. Now he doesn't learn that naturally, even when he's got all 3 of his key techs, but I have unlocked that with a tech find, and then you can get him Golden Arm, and that's really great because it means that his speed doesn't matter, because even if he's a long way from goal, his massive endurance will let him get through the tackle of the defender like 99 times out of 100. and then he'll be able to shoot, and golden arm will mean that the shooting stat doesn't decrease. Like normally your shot will go down, and by the time it reaches the goal it'll be really low, but he has good shooting. Then you put the nap shot 2 bonus on top of it and golden arm, and it'll keep it for a little while, and even if the keeper does save it, they'll probably go to sleep, but he'll score a lot more often. So that's how you can make Nidus really good. Now these 3 are all interchangeable because brother is the best blitzball player for like the first 50 levels, and he is a godlike midfielder. Everybody knows how good brother is. I'm not going to spend ages on him, but as you can see here, he's level 34. He's higher level than all the others. He's insanely good. He learns with a tackle 2. He learns sphere shot eventually. He learns just a bunch of really good techs, and he's an absolute monster. So that's brother. And then Roppen, once he gets like, he'll generally get like a lot of levels ahead of the others, but you can balance it out by instead having Rop and Naida as your defenders. They're both amazing. Like Rob, again, everybody knows Rob is astonishingly good. He's just absolutely brilliant. He learns stuff like with the tackle 3. He's just got decent passes with the venom passes. He's got crazy good attack and crazy good block. But one of the things that, and really good passing as well. But if you look at Naida's almost exactly the same. So you can see here that they are they're really close to each other in terms of level. So Rop's 26, he's got 18 attack, 20 block. And Naida's 27, she's got 22 attack and 19 block, and she's got amazing passing as well. And she's also really quick, and she has some good techs as well. So I used a tech find on her to give her nat pass 2, because the only thing she's lacking is good passing tech. She normally only learns with a pass, and that is it. So I gave her nat pass 2, and Naida's amazing as well. And because all 3 of her and brother and Rop have amazing attack, amazing block, and great passing, they're all great midfielders, so brother's the best. But when he's getting really ahead in levels, then you can rotate Rop and Naida until they've caught up in levels, and so all 3 of them can stay really good. And then there's Nimruk, and Nimruk, I'm not going to spend any more time on him because he's just insane. He's got the best catching in the game. Once he gets super goalie, it's extremely difficult to score past him until later in the game when people have got techs. And so, yeah, Nimruk, absolutely amazing. So, that's the team as it was normally. Now, that would be fairly run-of-the-mill, I suppose you could say. It would still be a very good team. But you can do that with, like, you know, that's pretty much how your Blitzball team will end up. Normally, you'd have Tidus on there for Jack Shot. But that was just wanting to do something a bit different with the Bhed free agent theme. And just leaving Tidus on the bench there if like money is no object for them, and I felt like doing something a bit different. So that was cool. Obviously very enjoyable. If you like Blitzball, it was a really good team. But this is where I just went a bit overboard on it. So whilst I was doing other stuff, I was like I was playing Blitzball in the background, and one of the tactics that you can do is to get your players Venom Pass 2 or Venom Pass 3 and high risk. If you get high risk, it lowers your stats, it halves all your stats, and it doubles the experience that you get. So it's a lot more difficult to win the games, but you can spend entire games or entire halves just passing about with a couple of characters, a couple of your players, and you can get insane amounts of EXP. So you can even level up Nimruk, even though normally he's in goal, he won't get any EXP. You can put him at like a defender and then just put the opposing players to sleep in a league game or a tournament game with Nat Pass or whatever, and then spend time just Venom passing it about if you use a tech find to get Nimruk Venom Pass, and then release him, get him signed by another team. You can do this with any player apart from Tidus and Waka, obviously. Tech find to open the slots, release them, get them picked up by another team, which I'm really good at manipulating because I know how you can do it through the tournaments without having to play the games and waste time yourself. And then get them re-signed, and basically they end up with Venom Pass 3 and high risk, and you can get tons of XP, and we're talking 80 to 100 EXP, half or whatever. So, after I'd done that, and I'd got all of the players to be released, signed by other teams, learned all the techs that I wanted, and then signed them back, I got them back and leveled them up some more because this is how they turn out, and there's a very specific reason for this, and this is why I wanted to make this video. So you can say now they're much higher level. So Lena there is level 57. She's learned a boatload of techs. So let's just go and have a quick look at the other sort of players on other teams, and just to get a sense of what they're like. So I want to give you an idea of how good some of the really good players are, and the comparison I'll probably use is Shami, because Shami is really good through like intermediate levels, early and intermediate levels. So here you can see she's level 47, which is about the highest level that any of the opposing players for other teams have, and she's got 43 endurance and 40 shooting. So those are her main stats as a forward. She's also got good attack because Shami just has that, but yeah, 43 endurance and 40 shooting, so that's very strong, as you can see. That's the idea of like sort of stats for a strong player. Couple other stats just to be aware of that I've already checked on here. Miu is the second best keeper, and she has 30 catching, and our guy Ronso has insanely high shooting compared to everybody else, and his is like 53 or something, so that's really high. So that's the sort of idea about level of stats, and the reason that I'll come on to showing you these in a minute. So here you can see Lena, level 57. She's the lowest. She's the only one who doesn't have high risk because I never released her. She was decent enough level already, so I never felt the need to get it. She's got fantastic passing and shooting. She's got decent attack and block because like she's actually a midfielder, even though I'm playing her at forward. And as you can see there, she's got golden arm, nap shot 3, so she can shoot from a long way out, put the keepers to sleep if they don't have anti-nap 2 and things, and even though she's got really low endurance, it doesn't matter because she's got that amazing passing and shooting, and she's got tackle slip 2. So Lena, really good. Brother is the best best player by a mile for the first sort of 50 levels, and this is actually where he'll start to taper off a bit. So if you get to insane levels like 50 plus, he's awesome at the minute because we're still at that sort of level, and he's only just at the stage where he'll start to taper off relative to other players. So he's still insanely good. So his speed has increased even, so he's at 85. He's got mental amounts of block. If you look at that, he's got like 37 block, 30 attack, which is really high for a midfielder. Insane endurance and passing, both in the low 40s, and he's actually got good shooting as well. And actually tech find, use tech find to get him nap shot 3 and nap pass 3 as well, and then he's got elite defense with that insane speed. So, and he's got drain tackle 3, so even if he did run low on HP for any reason, he could get it back, and he's got with the tackle 3 to increase his attack and to reduce the stats. So brother is an absolute legend as always, and he's learned all the techs that are available to him, and yeah, he's just absolutely amazing. Naida and Rop still absolutely incredible. You can see there 835 attack, 31 block for Rop. He's got really decent 31 endurance and insanely good 45 passing, so he can always get himself out of a jam. He doesn't give the ball back to the opponents, and this is him at level 56, so he's extremely good there as well. And he's got like level 3 tackles and venom pass 3, so he's excellent as well. Naida is very similar. As you can see, she's level 56 as well. Her endurance is a little lower, but she's quicker than Rop. She's got the same godlike attack, the same fantastic blocking, 34 and 32, and she's got insanely good passing herself at 43. And she's pretty much as good as Rop. So again, whilst Rop stays amazing up until like level 100, he's pretty much the best defender at any level. Naida will tail off a bit, but for now she's in that spot where she is incredibly good. So Naida, absolutely amazing. And her brother and Rop would all be interchangeable really, although brother's best suited to midfield, and Rop and Naida are marginally better suited to being the defenders. And then Nimruk. So Nimruk, again, I've used the tech find to get him anti-nap 2, so that he can't be put to sleep, which is really debilitating for a keeper. He's got venom pass 3 and high risk, and so I made sure that he had the slots open for anti-nap 2, high risk, and venom past 3, and then released him, got him signed by another team, and then got them back. I also taught him venom past 2 as well, for when he had lower HP earlier on. So this was what I used to get him hundreds and hundreds of EXP, just passing the ball back and forth between him and another player, and getting him really insane levels for a keeper. So got him really, really high, and his catching is 38. That is appallingly good, like shockingly good. So the next best keeper, I mean, obviously Miyu's like, she's level 42 or something, because all the opposing players are lower levels, and she has about 30 catching, and Nimruk has 38. So he is leaps and bounds better than everybody else. He is an insanely good keeper. We love Nimruk. But the pièce de résistance, the reason that I did this is because of Nidus. So like I say, Nidus starts off for a very, very long time. He has really great endurance, good shooting, Napshot tech, Napshot 2. He can learn Napshot 3 a bit later, and he's insanely slow. He's not good at attacking or blocking or anything like that. He's a tank, and he's hilarious, but he's actually really useful, especially if you tech find him golden arm. But Blitzball does some weird things with stats, especially as people level up. So like later on, some characters completely change. Like Wedge starts off with the best shooting, but he's actually better suited to a defender in the sort of levels 20 to 40, and at very, very high levels, level 100, he ends up as the second best catching stat, so he's actually better suited to a keeper. So all this weird stuff happens. Like Brother is the best character for the best player for like 50 levels, and then he tails off and he ends up like nothing special apart from insanely quick at level 99. And there's all these really weird things. So like all the Killer Beasts get really good at low levels when they're not that great in like low to mid levels, and they end up as pretty much best players at the position at level 100. Now you've never any reason to do this obviously, but it's so weird that they put so much time into Blitzball as a mini game. But Nidus starts off with 30 speed, and then between about levels 30 and 50 his speed starts to increase. So he ends up at level 50, he has 45 speed roughly. So he's like a Ronso, but he's like Ronso speed, so he's not as drastically slow as he was. And then he's really useful because he's still got insane endurance and shooting, and good techs and stuff. So then he's like really good forward. He's just a little bit slow. He's just slow. But then his speed starts going up, and his other stats eventually start increasing less. So his endurance is already really high at that point, but then relative to other players will catch him up. His stats increasing less. His shooting goes from being very good to being just good, and then his speed goes absolutely crazy at like level 60. So by level 60 he gets 76 speed, and then by level 65, 5 levels later, he has 99 speed. So by his speed just goes mental. So he goes from being the slowest player to very literally being the quickest player. So you can see here, Brother's level 59, he's got 85 speed, right? But what you can do is, because you can level people up with high risk, and I always knew you could do this, I just never got around to doing it. But what you can do is, you can give Nidus high risk. He learns Venom past 3 anyway, and you can level him up a ton as well. And you can pile through these levels. So I think I got these, I went from like level sort of, I re-signed him at level 45 or 46 or something, and I piled through these 20 levels in just like a couple of hours, just as like a proof of concept, because I wanted to do it, because there's this sweet spot where his endurance is still insanely high, his shooting is still very, very good, and because I've like power leveled him, he'll be levels higher than everybody else, even relative to my own team, but especially relative to my opponents, because Tidus and Rin, who I've got here, are both minimum level still. So the opponent's levels are all based on an average of your 8 players, not the 6 that you actually play, if you only play 6 of them. So these two are bringing the average down, so everybody else's level is like sort of 47 at max, whereas my players are all 50 something, and Nidus is level 65 because I power leveled him. But he's at this sweet spot where he's like 10 or almost 20 levels higher than everybody else, but his speed has skyrocketed, but his endurance was still extremely high, and he's still got really good shooting. So this is Nidus at level 65. He's got 57 endurance. Now bearing in mind Shami had like what, 43 and 40 shooting. He's got 57 endurance. He's got 4,500 HP, so he can use whatever techs he wants all the time. He's got 48 shooting, and his speed is 99. He's absolutely unbelievable, and this is why I wanted to do this proof of concept, and I wanted to just show it. So the only tech finds I've had to use for him were golden arm quite early on, and then I actually gave him with a tackle 3, just because you'll see he chases people down at such an insane rate that he always gets a tackle in, and so you might as well wither them. So this is Nidus, and we're going to play a game, and I'm just going to show you like sort of how it goes with Nidus. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's absolutely mental. So no, Shami got re-signed. Oh well, whatever. So they've got basic run, so you're basic, and I'm just going to play a quick game because I just wanted to show. So that was literally what this video is. It's a little bit longer than I actually wanted, because I went over what they're like at the lower levels and through the basics of the team, but this is just to show off how insanely ridiculous this team is, and particularly Nidus. So Nidus got golden arm, so he can shoot from distance. He's got wither shot 3 and nap shot 3, so he can always debilitate the keepers pretty much. He's got venom pass 3 for his passing. He's got wither tackle 3 if he's going to get something on there. And I'm just going to play a quick game and show you how ridiculous he is. So yeah, it's very rare to have ever seen a player better than Brother, because nobody's going to get to the levels most of the time where Brother will drop off and not be the best player, but you can see here. So Brother's really fast, he pulls everybody in. We've got these insane stats with him, and he's got nap pass 3, but check out Nidus. Watch how fast he is. He just gets the ball and he's like, nope, 99 speed. He is insane. But he's not just insane for that, because he's still got this monstrous endurance. So like nobody even gets close to him. He's got 57 endurance there, and the midfielder's got 23 attack, and he's just like, yeah, no, it's mathematically impossible for the person to get the ball back. He's got 25 endurance by the time he even breaks through there. So Kulakan, she's a defender. She's got 26 attack. She'll be able to use stuff like drain tackle. Doesn't matter. 39 endurance. 39 endurance! Sorry for shouting, but what the hell, man? So, like, he's just ridiculous. And, yeah, I just thought it was really funny, and it's just a ton of fun. I think Dora might have high risk there, so there's absolutely no chance of getting close to him. He can shoot from distance because he's got the golden arm. And as you can see there, it's already showing the... so that's with the tackle 2. The most that they could possibly take off there was 30 for Doran. So his shooting is at 55. He shoots from distance. It's got 41 when it reaches Jamal at the goal. And he scores with 27 shooting left after the catching deduction. He's also insanely quick. So like, he can get away from players. He can break any tackles that they get to, pretty much. He can take on 2 proper defenders at once, and if it's a defender and anybody else, then it's just like, it's not even a thing. And you see so fast he's actually gone past Varoja there. But like, the hilarious thing is you could just give him elite defense and he could go and chase everybody down, which is what Brother's doing as well. And as you can see, even if they've got really good endurance, then they try and break through. Like, you've got Naida, and she's absolutely insane. They try and break through here, and he's going to try and pass, but he's coming up against Brother, who's got 37 block and just takes the ball away like that. Anyway, it's just insanely good. So this is the absolutely ridiculous team. And what I might try and do is just let them get a shot and see if how they do versus Nimruk, just to show that. Basically, our guy. The thing is, our guy's got this insane shooting, so he's got like 53 shooting. So in the mid levels, he's got the highest shooting out of everybody. But there's a pretty good chance that he won't actually shoot. Alright, so he's going to shoot. So this is like the only way. I'll try and let him... Oh, well, he got tackled anyway. That was pretty much the only way that anyone was ever going to get a shot that had a chance of getting past Nimruk, was to do sphere shot. But they got tackled anyway, so nothing doing. So yeah, this is my insane Blitzball team. I just thought it was hilarious, and I knew that you could do this for like a really long time, and I just felt like actually you know, showing it off. So here is Nidus, and again he's just like doing his thing, and he's going absolutely flying. He gets away from everybody, And, oh, what have we got? Right, so he might actually get tackled here. So this is what it takes for him to get tackled. It needs 2 proper defenders to actually sort of come at him and do that. So let's have a look. So that's only going to be... Right, so he's got 32 endurance on 23, so he probably gets through that. So he breaks 2 full tackles from a good midfielder. He shoots past 2 people. He's got 40 shot as it hits the goal. And depending on what happens here... Oh look, so basically it just took on 4 players and still scored with 24 shot left after the deduction for the keeper's catching. Nimrok is the god of all Blitzball, but Nidus is even better. And yes, I did mess that up. I meant to say Nidus, but oh my days. And there you go, you can just whack on with the shot, with the tackle tree as well from the tech find. So there you go. That is my ridiculous team, and I just thought it was really fun, and I wanted to show what I've been messing about with. So yeah, thanks very much. Oh, let's see if they actually get the shot away. Oh, he's actually going to get a shot off. Let's see what happens, people. 33 shot, 37 block, and yeah, I just thought that was funny. So nothing to nothing to replicate there. Oh look, it got blocked. Nothing to replicate there. I just thought it was fun, and yeah, I just wanted to show some of the stuff that you can do with Blitzball if you're obsessive like I am. Thanks, everybody, have a good day. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you.